Welcome into the live stream.
Up. Let's go. On time. Who are these guys? Who are these podcasters that are on time? How are we doing, everyone? How are we doing? Excited to watch some Blackhawks hockey like I am? Dude, I might go off with the glasses. I look like a fucking dweeb right now. We are underway in Boston as the Foligno line starts. Foligno, Kurashev, and Donato. It's an interesting line. But I will say I am happy about Moore playing up on that first line with Bedard. Bedard and Mikheyev. Bedard's just got two speedsters on either side of him. Maybe a first goal for Oliver Moore tonight. I predicted on the IG pregame Bedsy a goal, 2 assists, and a Rinzel goal. So we shall see. Kurashev, was looking for Donato there. Bruins were able to intercept that. We get to watch some Blackhawks legends tonight, like Ian Mitchell and Henry Jokiharju. It'll be really exciting. Bert is so slow, man. He gets there. Here's Teravainen. Nazar comes in for help. Bomb from Crevier. Just past the net. I thought Tavo was going to be able to put the second chance opportunity in, but he was not able to reach it. Welcome in. Hello, Lauren. Welcome. Having a little party at your place for the Western Michigan game. Dude,
tell them all to subscribe.
Tell them all to subscribe. Dude, they were dominating Denver. Bedard in the slot. Did that just hit the post? Damn, he ripped that thing. He let it go. Del Mastro moving in. Swayman had the near post covered. Bedard not able to find Moore there. Puck gets cycled. Back down low. Moore with some pressure on him. Nice. Jam attempt from Mikheyev. Great start for that line. Really good shift from that line. I'd like to see that Bedard shot again. I thought that hit the post.
Early Hawks goal would be big for the stream.
Yeah, that would be nice. Get us all on our feet. Here it is. It was just off his Swayman's arm. That was close though. Another inch or so to the right, and that's a goal. Close him down, Rinzel. Oof.
Aiden Thompson just scored for Denver, apparently.
Really? There we go.
We were watching that before this. They were getting dominated by Western.
Shout out Aiden Thompson. Let's go, baby. Yeah, dude. It was the shots were 32-7 at the end of the second period. Yeah. That's criminal. Just domination. Western Michigan's a wagon.
Who knew? I mean, I guess maybe some people knew.
Yeah, some people knew. Shit, not me. Bruins move the puck up the ice. Nice play. Nice defensive play from Korchinski. Gotta stick tap him when he does well. Trip. Thank you. And I think Kurashev might have just blown an edge there, but we're headed to the peeper. Peeper time. Can we get some claps for the peeper? Thank you. Let's see it. Yeah, dude, I think he just went down there. I don't know. We didn't really have a good angle of that. Nice win from Frank Nazar. I love that he's on the first unit, by the way. Holy shit. When did that happen? Rinzel wasn't able to keep the puck in the zone. Oh, whoa. The stream just like jumped, and then all of a sudden the Bruins are trying to force. Oh my God, what happened? We just had a jump, and all of a sudden Soda's like out of his net, trying to keep his
It wasn't really
puck.
a jump. It was the same time frame. It was a jump of maybe like a second.
Yeah, but it was like over that second, like the pass went across. Beep, 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 beep.
Because I'm on the clock right now. I'm on it.
You're on it.
I'll also give everybody a few air horns because we got 2 subs as soon as the stream started.
Ooh. Yeah, Tassos' voice is... He's speaking. He doesn't have a word count today. He can talk as much as he would like. All right. The Tavo Bedard zone entry thing didn't work. Shocker. They do that like back and forth pass. They just go give and go, and they do it every time. Now that Frank Nazar's on the unit, let him carry it. All right. They seen enough. Anders seen enough. He put the second unit out. We still got a minute 30. Moore lost the draw, and so the Bruins are going to easily clear the puck the length of the ice. We got Korchinski and Levshinov here on this unit, with Donato, Moore, and Patty Maroon. Nice. They get the puck in the zone. Oh, and then brutal miscommunication. Maroon tries to pass it back to one of his young defensemen, but they didn't know who was supposed to be receiving the pass, so neither of them did. That sucks. They were set up. Oh, Moore could be a zone entry guy. All right. Atrocious power play so far. I don't know what happened. Like, what happened where they like stopped being able to like figure out how to get in the zone? Like, the power play was really good like all year long, and then it fell off a cliff. Like, I don't know, 2 weeks ago. It's like not fun to watch. Dare I say? Wonder where our pizza's at.
That's the incident 1 of ref not dropping the puck.
First of many tonight, I'm sure. Tave over to Bedard. Bedard wasn't able to find a pass. Can we like turn like refuse to take a power play? We'll be like, nah, we don't. That's a waste on us. Nazar's in here. Oh! Good save from Swayman. Now we get in the zone right as the power play expires. They're like, oh, this is how you do it. Gotcha. Bruins coming away here. 3-on-3. They dump it in. Rinzel's the first one there, but he coughs the puck up. Bruins passing in our zone. Pasta wrists one from the point. Second chance. Ooh. This Bruins team is awful. Nice pass from Bedard. Finds Mikheyev with a little bit of room. Puck goes way up out of play. You can see it jump up on edge there. See that? Bird is tied with Bedsy for power play goals. Yeah, because he's sitting in the crease on one knee, just looking for tap-ins. That was a nice little toe drag release from Frank Nazar.
Lee would have gotten 2 of those.
Yeah, right. Especially after what we saw today.
Lee was terrible today.
No, I was not. You don't mean that, do you? We went and played a bit of hockey out back today to film some some content for the summer. And so we were snapping that thing around. Oh, that was such a good play from Del Mastro. Khrushchev wasn't able to get a hold of the puck, but just wrist one. Oh, Levshinov. Foligno bumped into Swayman and he didn't like it. Swayman is such a little diva. That guy is such a diva. He's such a princess. All those Burt goals have come from Bedard. Facts. Also facts, yes. Bit of street hockey, yes. We also filmed, we have a new skit has been finished and it is ready. And that'll be posted tomorrow. I wish I had money. I'm scrambling to make an account to invest. We're doing stonks talk right now. Good job, boys. Invest your coin. Make intelligent financial decisions. I put all my money into Pepe coin yesterday, so we'll see how that goes for me. Do as I say, not as I do. The old man you teach with is trying to teach you about the stock market. Listen up. It's very important. He did. Well, don't do that, Lo. I had to fix my car for $500, so I'm poor right now. Dude, we were just talking today about like the pros and cons of having a car. Because there's so many times where it's like, oh, it'd be so nice to be able to just drive somewhere right now. But in the city, man, like you run into so many fucking problems with the car. That's like the worst thing ever is when you got to get your car fixed and it's like, all right, well, here's this week's paycheck on my fucking car, on my radiator. Stocks are fake. Money isn't real. I mean, you're not wrong exactly, but all right, back underway here in Boston. Whoa, Nazar just had a bit of a yard sale. Lost his stick right in front of Swayman. He was just trying to get after it. Aggressive on the forecheck. I love to see it. Here they come. Teravainen. Oh, he just got absolutely pickpocketed. That was way too slow and casual. Soderblom makes a save. Covers up. No rebound. Lysol spray. That was weak from Tavo. Good start for Soderblom. See a couple of shots. What did I say? Justin, would you have enough time to coach and be the Hawks official shit poster? He could do both. And don't forget, he would still do CHR. He'll be the coach, the social media admin, and but he's still doing the podcast as his main gig.
But you know what though? Like in all honesty, when people talk about like places of growth and you know how far we could take this thing and be cool, even if you know, if Justin is the coach of the Blackhawks, then we get somebody in to take Justin's spot, and then Justin comes on the show as the coach of the Blackhawks.
Just like every week.
You know what I mean? Like a once a week hit.
Yeah.
You know, with talking about the team and, you know.
That's true. He can step away from us if he becomes the coach of the Blackhawks and then also GMs, does weekly segments.
Some coaches and GMs, like depending on the market, go on.
Oh, no, that was a good pass.
They'll go on like radio hits. They'll go on.
Yeah.
Barry Trotz does like a weekly Nashville hit still on radio there.
I fuck with that. I like transparency and communication with the fan base.
It's a big like college football, college hoops thing too.
I'd make memes in the intermission. That's funny. He's like, 1 second, guys. I gotta get this post out before the third. He's like, I'm multitasking here. Just pass the Bedard to guys. That'd be his message. Just get it to Bedsy. We're fine. Let's go. Our pizza's on the way.
Where did you order it from?
What is this place called? It's really close by. Pizzeria Sirio.
Okay.
I don't know. It looked fire, and there was a pizza commercial on, and I was like, damn, I really want pizza. Hopefully it's delicious. All right. Del Mastro sends it in from the blue line. Blackhawks not able to retrieve the puck. However, I think there's a icing coming up here on the Bruins. There is. We're going to have another ozone draw.
Let's get the likes up in this
Pasta
on this video right now. That would be awesome. Everybody.
Yes. Oh, yes. Everybody, if you're on right now, please like the video. Let's boost this up. Pasta and Patty chatting it up. Oh, I didn't see that. His Instagram post. Nice win from the Blackhawks. Del Mastro has it. Slides it over Maroon. Levchinov from the point. Oh, it just squeaked past Swayman, but it didn't cross the line. We were so close. Levchinov was so close. Now Del Mastro risks one. Ooh. Maroon wasn't able to get it on net. Levchinov keeps it in. Oh, bad pass. Bruins coming the other way. Nazar here. Behind the net to Burt. Shoots one on net. Swayman saves. Oh. Teravainen tried to find Burt back door there, and puck deflected off his skate and went on net. Big Lou is so big, dude. Crevier is a monster. Nice stick there from Bedard. Oh my gosh, Moore just got absolutely laid out. Korchinski here with a bit of room. Sends it in. The Bruins get to it first, though. Yeah, someone's got to be forechecking here. Like, all right, not much going for that line on that shift. Bedard comes up with it. Then we got a whistle. I think maybe the puck went out of play. That was a really good stick from Bedard. And then Zadorov just hammers Moore and just holds him up. Solid start to the first. Oh, the pizza's like here. You're going to be very happy once you open that box and it smells delicious. Guys, I'm so hungry. He rolled his eyes. He rolled his eyes because he has to go get the pizza. But I paid for it, and I think he's going to like the pizza. Zadorov. No. Don't be naughty. I like Nikita Zadorov. I think he's a funny personality, and he's an absolute giant. We're going to get some CHR food ASMR. I don't know. I think I'll probably munch during... Yes, my ASMR. I think I'm probably going to munch during the intermission. Oh, that's not pizza. What are you looking to charge your... Oh, I think I had one over here too for you.
It doesn't really work.
Oh, type beat.
It charges off in like 10 minutes.
Fair enough. I don't think this lady knows where to... She said, I've arrived. Okay, got it. She said, okay, got it. Okay. I didn't say anything back, but
Plugged in. 2 seconds. I'm gonna hit the time for you. And then I'll run.
okay. I think chat will live too if the time's off for like 1 minute. Right, chat? Pizza's more important. Oh, thought Foligno was just going to run him. Oh, gosh. Pasternak just up, and the Bruins scored. Philip Kurashev got smashed and then coughed the puck up right behind his own goal, and the Bruins scored. Pasternak's wincing a little bit. That was like knee-to-knee connection with Kurashev. Kurashev is so buns, bro. Twinning. Yeah, you got to rest the Nazar jersey. That was brutal from Kurashev. Why are you trying to dangle guys behind your own net? Just dump the puck out. All right, you should probably go get it.
Right now?
Yeah. Because she's like still here.
Okay. Give me 2 seconds. They're gonna drop it.
She just said it's inside. So I'm really hoping she put it in this one and not the other one. Have a nice day. Oh, thank you. You too. You too. God bless. Be very nice to people, guys. Life lessons on CHR. Oh, man. All right. Well, Philip Kurashev's an idiot. We're down a goal. Other than that, it's been a good start. Other than that, it has been an okay start. We're good start merchants. Bertuzzi carries it, dumps it in. Puck goes off swimming in the corner. Bruins get it out of the zone, but Levshinov has it over to Del Mastro. Back to Lev. Mikheyev tried to pull a move there, but puck got past him. Oh, let's go. Wonder what it smells like.
Then the clock is still on. Just like that.
Perfect. Should we do a pizza reveal, chat? Bedard here. Levshinov over to Mikheyev. Oh, Mikheyev wanted to rip that for a second. Nice move from Del Mastro. Pass was not really the best. Oh, wow. Oh, that's gorgeous. I'll hold it up for you guys in a second. Pat Maroon dumps it in. Oh! He tried to find Veleno there. This has been some awesome sustained pressure here from the Hawks. Didn't turn into anything, but still nice to see that. Ooh, Korchinski just got drilled. Bruins behind the net. Crevier hounding. Shot from the point goes wide. Maroon intercepts a pass. Bruins still have it, though. Now the Blackhawks come up with it. Korchinski looked for a cross-ice pass, didn't find it. Puck's going to go for icing, and it does. Look at that. Honestly, doesn't even look that good, but I'm starving. It's calling my name, man. This is like the longest 6 minutes of my life waiting for this intermission. Pizza looks good. It does. It does look good. It's fucking, I need to close this box, dude. It's screaming at me right now. It's barking at me. Pasta. Nice. Turns the puck over. Veleno's got it going the other way. He's just going to dump it in. Blackhawks are going to go for a change. Oh my gosh, Denver tied the game. What's the shot total, Holt? What are the shots? Does David Carl have one more trick up his sleeve? Yeah, let me pull up ESPN. Oh, that's right. ESPN like barely covers. Like you can't even click on the game to like see a box score or anything. That's pathetic. Do better. Wait, it still says it's 2-1 on my ESPN app.
We had an interview today.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
You want to talk about it?
Yeah, with Rudy Hodgson, who is used to have a podcast on the Alithio Network. He had a it's called the Forum Blues. It's the LA Kings podcast, but now he is the voice of the Cincinnati Cyclones of the ECHL. So we talked to him for a bit today. It was a good interview, going back and forth. A lot of chirping at the end. Some LA Kings, rehashing the LA Kings Blackhawks rivalry a little bit with them. It's going to be on the NHL hour of tomorrow morning show. So be ready for that. We're going to do another Mount Rushmore, obviously, tomorrow. We're going to be doing the Mount Rushmores during every single show for the rest of the season. And we're going to be keeping track of who wins and who loses based on...
And... We're
that was next. Next. Yeah, so we're going to be keeping track of, we have the polls under every single post. And whoever loses the most, like whoever has the worst record at the end of the season is going to have a punishment. And the punishment is going to be a 24-hour stream that you can cut down your time on the stream if you get subscribers and followers, and then maybe some other stuff, like if we're playing Chell or there's something going on and it's like you do this, you get 30 minutes shaved off your time. But yeah, it's going to be a 24-hour stream, which is going to be a fucking nightmare. So I hope I don't lose.
And Raven and Tim are going to comprise of Team 4.
That's right. So we're adding a team, and it's going to be Tim Tebow and Raven are going to be combining.
So they will each make 2 picks per round, Mount Rushmore.
Them doing a 24-hour stream together would be hilarious. Oh, no. Korchinski just got tied up behind his own net and lost the puck. That's not ideal. Just got out-muscled there. Bruins get a shot on, but Soderblom makes the save. Tim Tebow is the best part of the podcast. Arguably true, yeah. Top three parts of the podcast. Couple of Blackhawks fans in Boston tonight. A historic season. It's so funny that they're trying to sell season tickets next year as like it's a historic year.
I mean, we're going to be trying to sell. We're going to be trying to sell the podcast as it's a historic year
season.
So buckle up.
Yeah, true. We're going to be on the same shit. It's not arguable. It's a fact. Is this Tim Tebow's burner right now?
Yeah, it might be.
Daniel Gridley, a.k.a.
Doesn't sound like a Tim Tebow burner.
Yeah, no. Maybe he's just trying to get creative. Daniel, if you like Tim Tebow so much, Tassos, hit the subscribe button, and we'll make sure he's on the show more for you. Does the historic season contain Carl behind the bench? Hopefully. Oh, Mikhail almost just...
Imagine they win another national championship, and then it's like...
Why would he not leave?
Yeah, what are you doing?
What are you what are you sticking around? Are you going to try to win 5 years in a row, you know? Are you going to try to be the first guy to 7-peat in the, like, what? Go to the NHL.
And I'm sure a lot of his top guys are going to turn pro.
Yeah.
Bouillon and Thompson and Devine and all those guys are going to leave.
Mm-hmm.
And it's Denver, so you'll get other kids, but
still, it's like those are your guys that you've kind of, you know, gotten to this point. Why not follow one of them to Chicago?
Oh gosh, Fraser Minton in a Boston Bruins uniform. Leafs fan in me is
does that make you feel some type of way?
I don't know. We traded him in a first-round pick to get Brendan Carlo.
I think there might be a penalty coming up here in Chicago. Yeah, there is. Maroon and Swayman talking. It's Levshinov. What did he do? It's a hook. It's a little soft, but okay. I guess it was up in the hands. It was up high. It's a bit soft, though.
Bruins Sorensen just showing a little passion behind the bench.
I didn't even notice. I was looking at the big guy sitting behind him in the stands. Oh. Nice. Foligno's able to send it the length of the ice. Wow, their peeper is atrocious. 29th. Holy cow. This should be barbecue chicken for our PK. But let's see. Whoa. Renzel just like tripped on the goal. Ooh. Shot from Geeky goes just wide. Renzel finds Foligno over to Nazar, who carries the puck out. Just going to send it in and go for a change. 50 seconds down. Oh my gosh, Bruins turned the puck over. Teravainen with the nice little move. Swayman was able to grab a hold of it, but we've got an offensive zone draw on the PK. Love that. Eating up time. Staying far away from your own net. Couple little nifty moves from Teravainen there. The Denver Western Michigan game's going to overtime.
We might have to put that on during the intermission of this.
Yeah.
I guess it'll be, if it just was going to overtime, then it might be also in intermission.
Yeah, we might get to watch a couple minutes of it. Lo is a favorite student. You're not allowed to. Oh, no. Oof. Good save from Soderblom. 30 seconds left on the kill. Bruins are set up, though. Ooh. Puck deflects and goes over the net. Hawks send it the length of the ice. That should be enough to kill off the Bruins' first peeper of the game. They're like trying to find Zaka in the slot, and it's just like they're not getting it to him. Wasn't a super threat. Oh, here's Bedard. Nice little spinorama. Levshinov leaves it for Renzel. Oh, shot just past the. Oh, damn it. So close. Minute left in the first here. Vlasic, who's in the middle of his Jordan flu game, moves the puck up the ice. Goes out of play into the Bruins bench, I believe. We've got a whistle. 56 seconds left in the first. Oh. Damn, he didn't get much on that shot. Also, Bedard wasn't trying to find Levshinov there. I think he was trying to pass to Moore. Oh, Renzel's shot got blocked, too. I do not like how many teams will need new head coaches this offseason, going to battle with the same ones, pretty much. Yeah. But, like, as far as the David Carl situation goes, I think the Chicago situation is, like, really intriguing. Just, like, where they're at, coming out of a rebuild with, like, all young players, a lot of which he's coached before, like, big market, big team, big city. Nice pass from Levshinov. Delmastro to Moore. Moore cuts back. Sends it down low. 25 seconds left. Bedard has it. Try to cross ice sauce pass that got intercepted by Pasternak. 15 seconds. Blackhawks back in the zone. Donato rips a shot. Goes just past Wayman's blocker. Wide. Ooh. Bruins were almost in there. 3 seconds left, and that's going to be the end. Oh, icing. Great. I want to eat my pizza! Stop! Ice the puck with 1.6 seconds left. Thanks. Fuck. Feel like the Flyers will try to get him if possible. Yeah. I think Chicago's situation is better than Philly's, though. To be honest with you. Like, Philly kind of needs to tank next year. They need more help for what's his face? Artie is horrible. Oh my gosh, Ginger's back. He always comes in with the Artie is horrible. What did Artie do? Why is Artie the guy? Like, there's so many young kids on this team you can, like, target and rage bait with. Why is it Artie? I don't know. Interesting. All right, quick break. And we'll be back in a few minutes, probably watching the Western Michigan game for a little bit. So, yes, we will see you in just a second, and my belly will be full.
Yeah, that was just kind of I think that just whole experience yesterday sums up this Blackhawks season very nicely. I think that game is just like, if I could just point to one moment, one occurrence, one experience that we'll remember the 2025 Chicago Blackhawks, I think it was last night. Yes, this will go down as a very forgettable season, I think.
Absolutely. Dude, your building might be the most, like, flammable building on the planet or something.
It must be just the aura I project, man. There's just something that, like, causes, like, these alarms that just go off, man. I can't handle the aura. I don't know.
Absolutely. Before we get into the game, though, I do want to discuss the most important news of the day. It's Ryan Donato's birthday, so I just figured we should,
Happy birthday, Ryan
we should
Donato.
give him
Cha,
his claps.
cha, cha.
We're not going to sing. We're not going to sing. We're not going to sing. Also, I don't know if you guys have noticed watching this video right now, the format's a little different. Raven cooked here. We got a little ticker. Read. Be reading while you're watching the show, right? It's good for you to read. So, yeah, shout out to Raven for the new format here.
You know what I think could be a nice birthday present for Ryan Donato?
A
A contract extension, right? The Hawks offered him that 3x4. How about Ryan Donato sign that contract on your birthday? I think that'd be a perfect present there for us Hawks fans. Probably not going to happen. He's probably expecting a little more than that, but we'll see. What is this? 29th, 30th birthday. So he's not too old. He's not quite Unk status. He's in the prime of his career right here, Mr. Ryan Donato.
Yeah, absolutely. And he's got about that many goals this season. So he's
yeah.
probably going to be getting paid a little more. Although it's $12 million. Just take the $12 million. Who's ever turned down $12 million? It's crazy. I
think if you told Donato he'd be offered a 3x4 before this season started, would have taken that all day. But,
gosh. Yeah.
Hindsight, so it's 2020 there, right? Things change. So we'll see what occurs there. Hope we don't lose that guy for nothing there and then leave us with no present.
Absolutely. Yeah. All right. So, yeah, let's get into it. You were not on the post game last night. I'm sure you had a lot of thoughts. Tassos, again, last night didn't want to speak too much. So I kind of just complained and monologued for 40 minutes after that game. So I don't need to give too many more thoughts, but I would love to hear some of your main takeaways from that one.
Yeah, I think just the main takeaway is, look, this is a young Blackhawks team that's very inexperienced, right? A lot of these guys playing some of the first games of their career. Those games are going to happen. They suck, and that game last night definitely sucked. Definitely up there for one of the worst games of the season, I think it's fair to say. But, you kind of have to go through those rough patches, those learning experiences to grow from them and develop. So I think it's almost a necessary evil to go through. It's like this Penguins team. Yeah, they're not good, but they are experienced, right? A lot of these guys that play a lot of their games in their careers, a lot of them are still going strong. Sidney Crosby's still a pretty good player over there. So 87 points for him too at age 39. That's pretty wild. But yeah, you're gonna have games like that. That's just kind of my main takeaway. It sucked. Only the second time all season we've been shut out too. That's kind of a shocking stat that this entire season only twice this Hawks team's been shut out. I think the only other time was against the Avalanche and Lefschnau's debut about a month ago. So that wasn't ideal. There was just a lack of engagement. It felt like the start was okay. The first period was good. It kind of felt similar to the start of the Sunday game versus the Penguins. I'm okay, we got something going here, and we have a hockey game here. But it was kind of a sleeper start, kind of similar to the Sunday game, and eventually broke open the second period. But unfortunately, not for us. It was for the Penguins that it broke open. It just felt like after that we weren't able to get back into it, right? We just kind of took our foot off the gas, and happens a lot with this team. I don't know what it is, where it's they face a little bit of adversity and they just crumble. I think a part of it, again, it's just because it's such a young team, haven't really been through those experiences, those moments. So they're just not really used to dealing with them, right? So, and we don't really have the vets here who are able to kind of get them through it. That's kind of an issue. So something for sure to think about in the off season for sure here. But yeah, I think just overall Fountain of Youth team versus a team of experience of Unks, it's not really shocking. You're going to have games like that occasionally. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, as you mentioned, they did play well in the first, but it's you can't go that long into a game without scoring. It eventually caught up to them. There were a few mistakes. I'd say the first couple goals the Penguins scored weren't really off of necessarily mistakes. But then the Carlson goal off that brutal Teravainen turnover.
Oh, that was terrible.
Korchinski had a really bad play on the first or second Hayes goal.
It's a rough game for him, man. Yeah.
Rough game from him. And then Spencer Knight had one on one of the other Hayes goals where it bounced straight into his glove and then squeaked through him somehow. So a few mistakes leading to goals, which otherwise the game probably would have been closer. I'm talking about maybe a 2-0 loss. Not that that's any better because the loss is the loss, but yeah, just those big mistakes. And I talked extensively last night about Kevin Korchinski, but how do you feel about him? Where do you see him at in his journey and in the situation with the Blackhawks as a whole?
Well, I don't always bring up Bjork memes on here, but I kind of put a post out which I think kind of describes my, where I think about Kevin Korchinski right now. It was the Hawks' future defense core, and it was four dragons. Three dragons are very distinguished, very intimidating, right? You got Artie Levshunov, you got Sam Renzel right there, you got Alex Vlasic, and then you got this other dragon who's like the polar bear in Texas, and it's Kevin Korchinski. Look, like it's easy to come to these conclusions after, a couple bad games at the end of the season here, right? Like it wasn't a good game for him last night, but thing is, it's not really just one game, is it? Like, it really no point during any of the 14 games he's been up here has he really looked like an NHL player, which is kind of, he's 20 years old, he's young, but it's like, Sam Renzel's a 2022 draft pick too. Levshunov's a 2024 draft pick. So, and they look just fine up here. Vlasic's a little older now. He's almost a veteran now on this team, which is kind of crazy. But yeah, with Kevin, like I still think, look, like I think just a couple rough games doesn't change the fact that he's still so young. I think he's still got a ceiling there. I think there's still going to be a player there. But I think we just bring up the same question kind of with Lucas Reichel in the forward group, where it's just like, is that future going to be with the Blackhawks? And I think that is a valid question there. Like, I don't think it's a for sure yes. I'd still be open to sticking it out because I still think there's nothing wrong with being a solid number four, power play quarterback in the second unit, whatever. Like there's still some intangibles, some potentially as like offensively that really nobody else on this D-core provides, I guess. There's like things he can do from that front. At the same time, though, it's like somebody like a Sam Renzel, having said that, kind of, I feel like he's kind of been what we thought Korchinski would be, even more than that, even. So it's like when you have a guy who's like what you thought Korchinski was going to be, I think a lot of people, even at the time, were like, Sam Renzel, like, why are we drafting a high schooler at 25? And turns out he's looking like the better of the two. So it's like if he's going to turn out to be that guy and maybe Kevin isn't, then it kind of does make him maybe expendable because I still think his trade value is pretty high. I don't think that's really changed too much. Maybe a lost season there. Again, probably shouldn't have been up the Hawks last year. I think that probably set him back. Like I brought this up before, like those three guys have all gone down the college route in terms of development for defensemen. They weren't rushed, right? I think those games probably prepared them better for the NHL level. And I think Korchinski just that season last year, he probably shouldn't have been with the Hawks. Like it feels like it set him back a little bit. He's still playing catch up. Like he didn't really have a great season in Rockford either. He was up and down, had his moments, right? But I wouldn't even say like compared to last year at the Hawks, he's looked any better really. Like at least he had some flashes. Like 14 games, like look, not that points are everything for defenseman, but what Korchinski's supposed to be good at is his offensive game, and he has a goose egg in 14 games, and he hasn't been good defensively. So I think he just has some things to work on. Like I think he needs to get stronger. That's the main thing. Like his skating's decent, but it's not gonna carry him. Like he needs to get stronger. He needs to get more physical compared to some of these other defensemen. Right. I think that's where he needs to grow. He needs to improve on his defensive game. I think his offensive game will come out, having improved in that area, right? Improving in puck battles and not getting, beaten so many times. That's happened where he's taken penalties. I think he took 2 penalties last game because he just gets beat, relies on the stick, and then there you go. So again, young defenseman making mistakes, not the end of the world. I still think, again, like I said, still think that there's the potentials there for him, but if there's a trade package where you could get an established player for back, I wouldn't be opposed to it.
Yeah. So what do you think there's a chance he gets traded this summer? Do you think
there's definitely a chance. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. We continue.
No. I was just like, I was curious as to like how likely you thought it would be.
Yeah, I'd still say it's less likely than Reichel. Like I still think that's more of a sure thing just because he's a couple, 2020 draft pick versus 2022. He's a few years older. He's played more games up here, 2 full seasons and some versus Korchinski, right? 1 full season and a bit here. Plus, that's a Bowman draft pick, not a Davidson draft pick. But that's kind of a big part of why I still think Davidson would be willing to be patient with him, just because like that's a guy that he drafted, and we traded Alex DeBrincat for that guy, the pick that became Korchinski. So I don't know if that's somebody you just want to give up on willy nilly after maybe a rough second season here. So again, like I don't think I want to jump the gun here, right? Development, patience is important with young players, but I also think it's important to remember though, like again, not all these guys that we draft are going to fill in here, right? There's going to be some players that we don't expect who are going to be a part of this core, and there's going to be some guys that we penciled in who won't be. Like that's just kind of the way it works, right? I think you can look back to those 2010 Sox teams, like Cam Barker was a really high draft pick, expected to be a part of that defensive core, and it never really happened. CHR legend Jack Skilley too. Like some players you just pencil in. It doesn't always happen, right? So and there's nothing really wrong with that. I think with this Hawks group, like you have such a plethora, a surplus of prospects in the system here. So if some don't work out, it's okay. For those that you maybe you don't see filling in here, get something for them while you can, so you don't lose them for nothing, right? Take advantage of value while it's there. So there's an argument there. Like Korchinski, having said that, he could easily figure it out and make all this talk irrelevant. But, we got to comment on what we're seeing. And at the moment, it's a little worrisome. Yeah.
Yeah. I was talking extensively last night about how I kind of think the Hawks should look to, at least try to put him in a package for something this summer. And it's just because it's not that I don't believe in Kevin Korchinski. I just, with the Blackhawks prospect pool in their defensive pipeline with what they've got,
logjam.
It's a logjam, and Kevin Korchinski is still another. Let's be honest, he's probably another year or two away from being like from being an NHL ready defenseman.
Yeah, that's the thing. Not to cut you off there, but it's like the way I'm looking at it right now. It's like I always assume this year, he's back on the Hawks next year. But the way I've looked at him, it's like, do you really think that's a Blackhawk next year? Like,
no,
he doesn't even look like you said, he doesn't even look close, and he's going to be 21 next year, right? Like he should be on the Hawks next year if we're being real here. He shouldn't need another year at the Ice Hogs, but it's like I don't think he's ready for full-time Blackhawks hockey again next year. Like he just seems like a while away. Like he has a lot to work on this summer. You can get back to it. Yeah.
No, and thank you for doing that. You're completely right. That's exactly the point I'm making. And also, like, it's not that I don't think he's gonna figure it out and be a player in the NHL. I just think that the timeline doesn't really bode well for the Blackhawks because you've got all these other kids that are trying to get in the lineup on that left side who are further along in their development than Kevin Korchinski. And what are you gonna do? Stunt their growth and their development just so that you can try to progress Kevin Korchinski quicker? I just don't think that it's honestly beneficial for where this franchise is at right now. And I think you could get the most value for him as a trade piece rather than another guy you're trying to develop.
Yeah, and not to jump the gun here, but again, we feel pretty damn confident that we already have 3 studs here. Yep. So it's like you really don't need Kevin Korchinski, right? If half your decor are stud defensemen, like that's really all you need. The rest can fill in. And it's not just them. Like the other defensemen, like other young defensemen we've seen up here look more impressive than Kevin. Like Wyatt Kaiser's a guy. Like I don't know if we really expected him to be as impressive as he has been. He definitely wasn't at the start of the year, but look like a new player, right? So and he's been impressed me a lot more than Kevin has. Even guys more. Like Del Mastro. I'm like, Nolan Allen's not even up here right now. He's on the Ice Hogs, but like even when he was up here, he was more impressive. But they're also, a few draft picks before, a few years older. So I do think it's important to note that, right? So yeah, like again, could still easily figure it out. It just might not be with us. He'll probably be a solid defenseman elsewhere if it's not here. But again, I think you can't really go wrong here necessarily. Like I think it's a good problem to have when you have a logjam in the decor. Like we're definitely building something here. So it's like the fact that Korchinski's a guy at one point we assumed to be the 1D. Now it looks like he might be the 4. Like that's not necessarily a bad thing. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like maybe he hasn't developed quite the way we expected so far, but I think that those other 3 definitely have. They've been on the right track. So it's
and
like when you're nailing most of these guys, like potentials and development, that's a good sign.
Yeah, absolutely. Any other thoughts on the Pittsburgh game last night? I mean, Sid scored a pretty cool goal. Kevin Hayes scoring twice in 2025 on you is crazy.
Well, I think you guys said that, right? When Kevin Hayes is dropping multi-goal games on you in 2025, it probably means you're not doing something right. So not a great sign there. By the way, that guy was actually a Hawks draft pick, but never actually signed his ELC and never actually played for the Hawks. Kind of a funny little tidbit there. I think he was 2010, so probably just figured he never fit in there. That those teams are pretty good. They're pretty loaded. So
pretty hard team to get into back then, I'd imagine.
Exactly. I don't think the 2010s Hawks people were really thinking about prospect pools too much. But and I think, another thing I think that's important to note, we have some clips here about the game too we could probably get into, but Hawks did hold a team meeting after that loss, right? Game 77 with 4 left. They thought a team meeting was super important to have.
Thank God we're doing it now.
Yeah, right. Maybe that's something we could have been doing. Hey, have we even seen a team meeting under Sorensen, like the 5 months he's been here? Like maybe there has been. I know Davidson had one after the Winter Classic game, but like that's really the only one I've heard of. Like this probably would have been useful to have a while back, but better late than never, I guess. Something the young players can learn from. I don't know, but
4 games left on the schedule. They're like, all right, guys, we got to figure this out now. It's like, all right.
It definitely feels a little like, yeah, like not really necessary. But anyway, we could get into some clips here.
Yeah, should we listen to the coach first on the loss?
Yeah, let's hear from Mr. Sorensen.
Are we back? Hello. What's going on here? We have the I don't know if this is I bumped the USB thing there.
Oh no. Oh no. No.
Does that mess something up? We're scheming here. We're having some technical difficulties, but we're looking to figure it out shortly. We know that the video is frozen. We are working to get it back to you in just a second here. But for now, you have my voice. Was hoping that the yeah, I will. I have it on my phone right here. It's not quite. They haven't dropped the puck yet. Was hoping the Western Michigan Denver game, there was going to be a goal before we had to turn back the Blackhawks game. But it's okay. Volume loud. Yeah, I can do some ASMR in the meantime. We have